Welcome back to the Sunday evening edition of the Field of 68 After Dark. Jeff Goodman, John Henson, Terrence Oglesby. My name is Rob Doster. We're on Sirius XM Channel 84. We're streaming over on Stadium. Jump into YouTube chat. Fire away. Ask us questions. Gentlemen, the South Region. Two best games of the day. Houston, Texas A&M in overtime. The first real buzzer beater we've gotten this entire tournament. Colorado, Marquette was incredible basketball, right? So much fun to watch. Two teams that wanted to space it out. 2 point guards that were in their element. And then we had James Madison getting 40-piece by Duke.
40-piece.
That's where I want to start with this one, because I think all of us kind of agreed after watching what James Madison did to Wisconsin that was going to be tough for Duke to deal with the size, the physicality, the athleticism, the toughness of the Dukes. And it wasn't, T.O.
No.
It wasn't at all. Duke just rolled them. Jared McCain had 30. He's 2 games into the NCAA tournament, and he's 3 lectures behind.
You know what I realized I did, Jeff? He's what? He's 3
behind.
behind.
3 lectures behind.
Love that.
So
come on, that was good.
You know what I realized I did? Is I picked James Madison this morning, but I already picked Duke to get to the Final Four. So I essentially pulled a Doster the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So don't say that the Field of 68 isn't rubbing off on me.
You covered your ass.
Yeah, covered my own ass right there. Here's James Madison looked big against Wisconsin, and then they were out there on the floor against Duke, and they didn't look all that big anymore. That's the big thing. Whenever you kind of forget that Filipowski's 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
You kind of forget that Jared McCain's a big dude. Like, there's a lot of size on the floor for Duke. There's a lot of shot making, and that team offensively, if they get rolling, they're going to have to show some toughness in this next round against Houston. But they have enough shooting and they have enough shot making to beat that team, and that's what could carry it through. But this was an ass whooping through and through. Hell of a season for JMU. Congratulations on a great season for those guys. Matt Buckland I worked with at Clemson whenever he was the Dobo there before he got that JMU job. I'm really happy for those guys, but they went back home with their tail between their legs today.
Yeah, anytime, I started watching the game. I took James Madison. I bought up to, I got him at 9.5. I started watching the game. I saw the size and physicality discrepancy really early on, and I was like, oh no. Filipowski was doing what he wanted, and when Kyle Filipowski was doing whatever he wants down low without finessing, it's going to be a long day for you. And McCain shooting the ball like that, it almost just took the wind out of their sails. It just took the wind out of their sails. They were down 10, 11 points, and
Terrence Edwards got 2 fouls in like a minute and a half.
Yeah, and you could just see they said, uh-oh, we're in trouble.
Yep.
And credit to Duke, man. We've said it before. Picked them to go to the Final Four. The metrics add up for them to be in the Final Four team, potential championship team, and they showed that today.
Yeah. Goodman, let me ask you this. Duke, Houston, let's spin this forward a little bit.
Can I just say one thing before we spin it? I know you guys didn't get much sleep last night. I was the one who got a good night's sleep. You probably don't remember, but I said that Duke was going to beat the piss out of James Madison this morning, and they did. The dream was over. Duke is really good, boys.
Yes.
Duke's really good.
So, Duke, Houston, is there –
yes.
There's
is there absolutely?
We've talked about it all year long, like toughness.
Yes.
Do they have dogs, this, that, and the third?
But I like the fact that what happened when Carolina was questioned in their toughness publicly a couple years ago. They came back. Now, again, this isn't the matchup ordinarily you want, but you are getting a Houston team that is banged up right now.
Yeah.
That's wounded. Right now, again, Houston's different. They're a different level of toughness. But I think, again, when your manhood, your toughness is questioned, you step it up. And I think that's what Duke's going to do in this game, because that's all they're going to hear about all week, right? How tough Houston is, how tough they are, how soft Duke is, how they're going to watch. I don't know if they win it, but I think they can. I mean, they can absolutely win this game. Now, again,
They're better than Texas A&M.
Tyrese Proctor has to come to play.
Yes.
Has to. You can't rely on Jared McCain going for 30. And they've got to be really good defensively on the glass.
Yes.
On the glass is
the
key.
glass.
That's the key.
I think this is going to be a Ryan Young game. I think it's going to be a Ryan Young game.
I don't like that.
I think you don't like it? Why not?
I don't know. I just, if I have to rely on Ryan Young to win me a game, I get a little
It's
nervous.
Ryan Young against those two bigs down there.
He's good for 8 to 12 minutes. That's barbecue chicken.
I would love to see Ryan Young on my scout.
I don't.
I was playing.
So you
oh my God.
I don't think Mark Mitchell has a shot against them. That's the
You're
thing
gonna
about
throw
Ryan
it
Young
at
I'd
Ryan
rather go
Young?
Mark
because
Mitchell.
He's 7 foot, 250 pounds.
He's not 7 feet. Is
Yeah,
he 7
but-
feet?
Yeah, he's 7 foot, 250 pounds, and he's got no neck, so he's probably actually taller than that.
And matchup-wise, Filipowski the perimeter bringing Houston's big rim protector, rebounder out there. That could be something to look at, too.
Fair enough.
I go to the film.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We know how much John Henson grinds the film.
He does.
As long as he don't fall asleep when the tape's on.
Right.
Marquette, Colorado. With Tyler Kolek back, it looks like Marquette is humming offensively, but at the same time, they were down 10 in the first half against Western Kentucky. They go up against a Colorado team that disappointed all year long and went down to the final possession. T.O., where are we at on Marquette? Where are we at on their chances to make a run? Because when you watch them, they look like a Final Four team, right? They look like they have it's the eye test, right? But then when you look at what the results are and the performances, maybe it's not necessarily quite as good at the same level.
You know what? I think the first game was them reacclimating to having Tyler Kolek back. This game had more to do with Colorado just is really good, and with so much talent on the floor, they're going to give people problems. Tyler Kolek, what did he go with 21 and 11 today? That dude is such an elite point guard at the college level, like unreal. He's going to have plenty of time to figure it out. I think he'll get a shot, but potentially more than one. So those guys offensively, and Oso Ighodaro,
No, you're good. You're good, man.
You're good.
Go Cougs.
Heck of a win.
Yeah.
Heck of a toughness win.
There you go.
Yeah. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
But Oso
Four
Ighodaro,
more.
how physical he needed to be today against Eddie Lampkin. He held his own there. I thought that was promising because I was worried about that because Eddie Lampkin's a load now. Now he's going to have to guard DJ Burns, much more skilled, about the same size. I'm curious how it's going to work, but I think Marquette's speed against NC State is going to give them problems. But it's really cool to see NC State in the Sweet 16. How many ACC teams are in the Sweet 16?
As my good man Jeff Goodman tweeted, 25%.
25% of the Sweet 16.
It just goes to show you that
the ACC's really good. Let me just go ahead and finish that sentence for you. That the ACC was as good as we've been talking about all season long. And I remember a bold prediction show once upon a time in October where we had to come up with a couple things. John Fanta knocked out the Nebraska to the tournament pick. You know what old T.O. knocked out? ACC's the second best league in college basketball. And you know what? I might have misspoken. More teams than any other conference in the Sweet 16. Cuatro to all my Spanish-speaking friends out there, and I've had a couple Spanish-speaking friends. They've been talking shit to me on Twitter. 4 ACC teams. There you go. Sorry, you were saying.
I
Hey,
was so enamored
DJ
with your
Yeah.
monologue.
It's your show now, T.O.
Yeah.
I think
just let it go.
I think we need Horn, Gigi Horn to play well, but he's going to have a load on his hands. But they usually put Jaden Daniels, I believe, on the best perimeter offensive player. So I like that for NC State. But the Burns, I think they're going to attack him defensively.
Of course.
I think that's going to be the issue for NC State.
It's going to be a really hard
They're
game
gonna
for
put
him.
They're going to put him in a blender, and I got Marquette going to the Final Four. My Final Four is still alive, so I like what I see from him.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know what I think of Kolek. Like, there's no better offensive point guard out there. It's not even close.
No.
Offensively, not even close what he can do. You know, he can take over a game. He can score when he needs to. But he just sets dudes up in a way that Henson, I think if you played with Kolek, I think you might have.
You would
well,
love
and
playing
you
with
play
Kolek.
with Kendall. So, but, like, what does that mean? You did. You played with a pass-first point guard.
My points per game, every offensive stat that I was involved in when he started at starting position, it went up.
Right.
My points per game, my field goal percentage, everything. So
like, what is it like playing as a big,
Yeah.
playing as a big like Oso does? Like, how much easier? Why? Like, Kolek, to me, I watch him and I'm like, it's a video game out here
well,
sometimes.
he's a little more offensively gifted than Kendall Marshall was.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would say that would be even better for me because they would kind of know Kendall wanted to pass.
Yeah.
Kolek, you can't take your eye off of. You can't let a second go by. He's going to find someone. Like, I think down the stretch we were watching the game, the announcer said he makes he makes a great play every time for his team or for himself. So
The
He
angles
gets in the
with his
lane
passes.
too.
Yeah,
like he can do
the
so
angles.
much in the lane.
That's the
Kendall,
thing. He's got the
Kendall
dash.
was more advanced.
he gets in the lane, he does the Nash.
Right.
So he kind of dribble around.
Yeah. Probe.
When he did the probe, he did the look away, then he did the floater, which kind
Yep.
of sealed that game up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a pro, man. He looks good.
Yeah, I agree. A lot more to get to, including another Big East team rolled Northwestern.
Sure
San
did.
Diego State rolled Yale. We're going to head to the East Region next. UConn plays San Diego State. Illinois plays Iowa State. Can anyone in that region take down UConn? You'll find out coming up next.